warmer than this barn anyway. Oh, hey, how you guys doing? The wife and I was talking about oil changes, as far as changing the oil in your car, such like that. And she'd happen to say, yeah, I need to make an appointment to get, she'd always have her just take it to the dealership, same place, and they keep the records that way, and the warranty stays good, stuff like that. I don't work on these particular kind for a living, so let the professionals keep their eyeballs on stuff, and something happens, I might fix it, might just have them. We'll see. More than likely, I'll fix it. But she happened to say, well, yeah, my oil change light came on. And I said, your oil change light? She says, yeah, I just wait for that light to go on, and I go get my oil changed. And I told her, I said, look, don't do that. There's a reason. Automobile manufacturers, especially nowadays, they want the cost of maintenance on a car, truck, something like that they sell you to have the maintenance be as minimal as possible. Lifetime fill transmissions or a sealed transmission. There's no such thing. No such thing as a sealed transmission. They have electric power steering, so there's no fluid involved there. And high synthetic motor oil. And this is probably like a 0.20 weight, something like that. So the tolerances are getting so thin that they need to use that thin oil, and it's under so much pressure. They use synthetic oil, and some car manufacturers say 10,000 miles between oil change intervals. Don't do that. On a full synthetic, I'd go 5, maybe. A blend is a synthetic or a blend of synthetic and conventional motor oil. Maybe go 4. This is the second biggest, for most people, investment in their lives. And their first one being a house. I'm in the house, by the way, or in the garage. The shop barn's a little bit chilly. It's like 12 degrees outside. Not doing it. And I explained to her, like I've explained to customers over the last 36 years, is that motor oil with that design of that engine and that rating of mileage is the very extended limit of the life of that fluid in that situation. Because they don't want you to have this car last 300,000 miles. It happens all the time. But do you think a car that has 300,000 miles on it, they just drive it till the oil change light comes on and it's the very end limit of that fluid? No. Never. Could happen. Probably not. It's like, transmissions, especially nowadays, 8, 9 speeds, they have special fluids that's not the paraffin or the wax-based red stuff, ATF. It's a definitely a chemical. There's nothing natural about it, but it still breaks down. It still does. Every transmission that's been called a sealed transmission is sealed because there's no dipstick. There's a reason. They don't want you messing with it. They want you to have to take it to the dealer. They want you to have it looked at. They don't want you dumping funny fluids in there or additives and this and that, right? And so it's considered a sealed transmission. That doesn't mean that it doesn't take maintenance. In your owner's manual, sealed for life. Unless there's a repair, you don't need to change the fluid. And to an extent, that's right. But if the wife keeps this car to 100,000 miles, we'll be swapping the fluid in it. If we keep it that long. Because it'd probably be before then. Probably 80,000. Any spark plugs, 100,000 mile spark plugs, because they're platinum. So you're wise not to wait until that 100,000 miles, because they still tend to get stuck. Any kind of wear and tear on them, or they might cause in the engine because they're not running as efficient, happens at that point. Trust me, auto manufacturers don't want to sell you a $50,000 vehicle and You have to change the oil every 3 months, every 3,000 miles. You have to put spark plugs in it every 12,000 miles, every 36,000 miles. They don't want to tell you that. They do use the higher quality stuff. Okay. And then you don't, your maintenance costs on that are nothing. Think about it. They want that car to get out of warranty, and that's all they care about. After there's no warranty on it, they want you to come get a new one. That's what most general public of median income, that's what they do. Car guys are different, and I'll run the wheels off that thing. I'll just keep working on it. It's cheaper, you know. But am I going to take hers to the dealership and have it fixed after it's no warranty and not do it myself? No. $200 an hour. That's what it goes for around here, right? Oil change pays 4/10. Do the math. Now you get a discounted rate for maintenance. It's, you know, $150 an hour or whatever. Your differential fluids, any kind of gear lubes, synthetic, okay, right on, but change it. Once that stuff starts getting dark and starts to break down a little bit, you're already too late, right? I've changed oil in cars at 10,000 miles. Don't do that. It's nasty. I don't care if it is synthetic. It's still nasty, it's thick, and it's black. So then you change the oil, all that nasty oil that you can't get out of the engine is still in there. It mixes up. It's still in there. You do that again for another 10,000 miles. It gets worse and worse and worse. That car will not outlast its own warranty. It'll just barely make it. You ever had a car that just out of warranty and man, transmission took, yeah. Now I got engine noise. I got a lifter tick in my Chrysler Pentastar 3.6. I'm just out of warranty. Yep. But that's why. Take care of your investment. Put the money in to take care of it, right? Brake fluid's another good one. We've done a video before on brake fluid. I'll stick the description, down in the description, the link to it if you want to check it out. Brake fluid within 5 years, 50,000 miles, gets that nasty dark color to it. You can flush it. You can flush the crap out of it. That nasty film that's all over all the parts inside that brake system, it doesn't come out, it doesn't go anywhere, it stays right there. Gets broke loose and moves around inside your ABS valves that move, I mean, super fast. It's not like a proportioning valve that sits in one place its whole entire life unless something happens. ABS works all the time. Those things get cycled every time you start it so it can check and make sure it's working. And you know, you get that buildup in there and all of a sudden a valve sticks and you got a fault code. What old school car guy, normal ones, would know how to fix that? Would know how to figure out what was wrong with it? A lot of us, I'm more familiar with the modern vehicles. That's what I do for a living. But I'm telling you, don't go to the extreme extent of that fluid. That life of that fluid, of whatever kind of fluid is designed for a certain extreme, and then stop. The car knows when to turn that check engine light on, but it only knows certain things. It knows idle time, engine temperature average, the speed that you drive it, whether it's on highway or not, it's stop and go or not. It knows that stuff. Pretty smart deal, right? But don't wait for that to come on. Don't do it. The dealership will put a sticker on that thing that says 10,000 miles, come back, change your oil. Don't do it. I'm telling you, you can ask them, they'll put the mileage that you want. Come up with it, you know, and this video is a little bit more for people who aren't car people, who don't work on cars or understand these sort of things. Now, what's your opinion? What do you tell, you know, your daughter about her car, or your son that knows nothing about cars, and, you know, change your oil. Just drive around till the oil light comes on. Don't do that. Because an oil light could be confused for the other kind of oil light. You don't want that, right? But that's really all I got right now. This weekend we'll get back out to the MGA and, you know, see if we can't get some more work done. That thing's gonna be fired up here pretty soon. I got some fluids to swap out, some change and add when it comes to fluids. And it's just like that Cadillac, that white one sitting on the other side of this car. I've changed that oil twice in 8 years. Well, it's because it doesn't go anywhere. It needs changed because when it sits a lot, it spends a lot of idle time. It doesn't get real hot, and so that the fuel inside that oil, because it happens, it gets in that oil, gets mixed in, it just sits in there. Get it hot enough to evaporate that stuff out. You know, you want to change the oil once every 2 years, even though I only put maybe 1,000 miles a year on it, probably less than that. But you know, your daily go-getter, and you go to driving that thing every day, you want it to last, change the oil a little bit before that sticker says it's due. Don't wait till the check engine light, the oil change light, oil change required, because you don't know what it's thinking. You don't know if the kid that changed your oil and you take it somewhere actually reset it and you didn't have a light. You don't know, right? Which also tells me something else. A lot of people don't know this on these newer cars, say from 2010 up to now. And your car knows, like I said, all those cars have a oil change due lamp or a light or a message that'll come on. So you don't wait for that message to come on, change the oil. Problem is, 2 weeks later that light pops up and you're like, what? That's because the kid that was changing your oil didn't reset the light. But I'm going to tell you, almost all vehicles will reset that light, whether you see it on or not, in this manner. Get in the car, close the door, turn the key on with ignition on, but don't start it. Take your foot on the gas pedal, and from off pedal to the floor, go 1, 2, third time, hold it to the floor for 20 seconds. Let off, turn the key off, open the door, close the door, start it up. That resets your oil change reminder in the ECUs and PCMs and which kind of car tracks it, right? That's how you know how to reset it, right? If that ever happens to you. You want that message is great. If the sticker falls off and you lose track and you go, oh, I need an oil change. But don't live by that. Don't live by that. No. You're better off doing it sooner than it's due than after it's due, right? All right. So you guys get out there, work on your projects, take care of the wife's car or the husband's car, whatever the case is. Take care of your kids. Let's all take care of each other, right? I sure appreciate you coming back. And remember, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Peace. We'll see you guys. Oh, still a little chilly out here in the garage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.